Afternoon, everybody. My name's Matthew. Today we're going to be doing a live stream, hopefully answering some of your questions you might have about Machinations or about game design in general, and also doing a bit of a live deconstruction of a fairly simple merge game. Bear with me while I plug my headphones in. Say hello, Cesar.
Hello. It's going to be a merge idle game, so we're going to try and tackle two game mechanics at the same time. Matthew's going to attempt to also stream the game today, I believe, from his phone. So
we're going to give it a go and see if we can
get
all of the technology to work at the same time.
We didn't make any. We didn't practice this before, so let's see what happens.
Excellent. So let's switch over. So this is the game we're going to be looking at today. I think it's been around for quite a while, and it was a game that I picked up ages ago just because I was really interested in the merge mechanics, and I wanted to see a game and understand kind of how different types of mechanics can be applied in merge games. So it's quite a simple theory. You get planes. You'll see these yellow ones are level 8. Just happened there is a box has dropped in, which is a random drop, and it's giving me level 8 planes at the moment. And when I merge these together, I get level 9 planes. If I merge level 9 planes, I get level 10 planes. If I merge level 11 planes, I get a level 12 planes. That's probably almost enough of the mechanics to teach you. One of the things with this is where it brings in the idle mechanic is I can then drag these onto the track and they then start generating money for me. So the more planes I have going around, the more money I'm making, and the faster I accumulate money. I can then spend that money on buying more planes. So I can unlock a level 14 right now, and I'll have a level 12 as well. These come in these little forms. Merge these up. And you'll see that as I do this, my money is increasing all the time. So one of the interesting things about this, and we'll start a new model, is, as we kind of seen this before, the merge mechanics are really quite simple. I'm going to call this live stream merge planes. So this, super simple. We have something that puts level 1 here, level 2 here. I'll make that interactive for a moment, hit play. I'm going to make that automatic for all. So once I've got 2 level 1s, I get to make them into level 2. Now, I wonder if from the app we can grab some data that shows how much they generate. So a level 1 plane is going to generate 4, I don't know what they're called, 4 coins a second.
Yeah.
And actually, then I think it's fairly formulaic all the way up. So that one's 4. The next one is 9. So it's 1 better than 2 4s. The next one is 19, so it's 1 better than 2 4s. The next one's 40, and then 85. So it looks like a fairly formulaic approach to how many coins they're generating for us.
Yeah, a bit over double.
So, I don't know, would you do this in a register, Sheza?
Probably if it's based on a formula. Still not sure what that formula is, but we can make it up, I guess.
Put some parentheses around that. There's going to be a lot of these.
It's going to be a lot of this. We don't need a. I mean, we can if you want it to look pretty, but
I always want to make it look pretty. You know this.
how many levels should we do? 10?
Oh, at least.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah.
And as always, the aim of today is we'll get this, and we'll make sure that by the end of today's session, we can do some quick runs and start simulating this over large periods of time, so that we can just really understand how this game mechanic works. I'm going to set all these to automatic and pull all. Have this as C. Have this as D. D times 40.
Do you actually have the numbers on that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just pulling these straight off of the menu here, where I've got the earning rates for all of the different planes. One of the really nice mechanics they've got here is where some of these planes, let's find a plane, this one, the level 8 plane costs 280 million, because it's 280,919,000 K, which is 280 million. If I buy it, oh, I've got no parking spaces. If I buy it, try again, the price goes up to 330,000. So it's kind of a exponential increase. Each time you buy a plane, the cost of it goes up.
Yeah. You want me to add the rest of the levels, but I don't know how much.
I can do the prices if we do the. Oh, we got to level 10. Let's do level 10 for now, then we'll see how far we get today.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this automatic, and I'm going to have it drop an interval of. We could multiply everything by 60, make everything all the rates per minute rather than per second.
We could.
Just because otherwise it's gonna take a bit too long, maybe. We probably don't need that level of detail.
Are the costs inside the game? Can you find them inside the...
Yeah, just inside the shop.
Yeah, I'll turn it on there.
The reason I like this is we've been looking at a lot of merge games recently, and there's lots of merge games out there, and the number of merge games is increasing all the time. In fact, it's one of the fastest growing kind of subcategories of the kind of puzzle. Think about all the puzzle games. Merge are a subcategory within puzzle games, and certainly due to some really popular ones. Merge Mansion, I know you've been playing that a lot, Cesar. That's a really nice game. Super popular, making some incredible revenues at the moment. And we're going to be looking at that in more detail on our next webinar. But I think Merge Planes, what I quite like about it is the fact that it is mixing up two genres of games. So we've got the merge mechanic. We also have this idle mechanic, which is making it.
I was looking at the shop.
I don't think it's a massively popular game, but I think it's an interesting game mechanic, which is why we thought we'd have a look at it today.
Yeah, I'm looking at the shop, and my earnings are a bit different from yours. They're a bit lower. I guess you'll at some point get some.
Oh yes.
Or something.
I've got. Let me show you. I have done. Inside the shop, others. So I've had some increases in kind of the prestige system, where you can then plain earnings increased 40%.
Okay, then we make the costs the default ones, right?
Yeah. So do you want to do that then, if you've got that?
Yes.
What do we do? Yeah, set that up so that we use the equal symbol for an overwrite. So then when I'm hitting play, the reason it won't be working is because Cesar's literally making edits to this at the moment. So it looks broken, but it's actually not broken.
I've stopped making edits.
Sorry, your formula inside the register just ends with F times. Oh, that could have
I've stopped. I'm gonna delete that, and I'm gonna write it separately, and I'll come back with it.
Okay, perfect. So let me just change that for a moment, make sure the rest of this is working. So here we go, 240 a minute. Oh, look, I haven't actually set these up properly. Need to make all of these two planes merge into one plane. So we go, got those now. So let's hit play. Perfect. Now, one of the really interesting things about all merge games is that if we think about the progression, at the early stages, getting to level 1 planes is really quick, so you get to level 2 really quickly. Then it takes longer to get to level 3, longer to get to level 4, longer to get to level 5, and even this to get to level 6 takes a long time. So what I'm going to do is just add this into my chart for a moment. Hit stop. Let's just do an animated play just to show the rates, so it kind of slowly increases.
I'm gonna make the change whenever you're ready.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. Beautiful, thank you.
We're still gonna need the last two. I'm gonna draw the last state connection.
Let's make this a bit faster. So we are, we've got a nice growth. You can see where areas where it starts to increase a little bit faster. What have we got to so far? Level 6. So it doesn't look like a particular exponential curve because it's only a slight increase that you get with each new level. It does make it a very nice mechanic.
I think it's a bit too early to call it.
Yeah, true. Next thing we need to do, let's keep it at level 10 for now, is at the moment we've just got level 1 planes being created. Now as you progress through the game, one of the really interesting things that I think they've done is purely because if you get, by the time you get to level 60, it's just going to be such an insanely large amount of resources that are required. So to do this, I'm going to do a bit of a cheat. I'm going to take those 10, copy it, including the register. I'm going to paste it over here, rather than going through and redoing all of that craziness. I'm going to duplicate this 10 at a time. Need to make sure these are perfectly lined up. And this way I can then, rather than dragging 10 more state connections, I'm going to put an intermediate register in here and have that add up. So Cesar, if you want to grab the income rates from level 11 through to 20.
Yes.
I'm going to make this A plus B.
I'm gonna go and change them separately.
Okay.
Oh, it's cool. You can even see the earnings for the planes that you don't unlock, that you didn't unlock yet.
Yeah. So we doubled the number of levels that we have. So we now have 20 levels. I'm going to update. Update all of these. Add an end condition at level 20 here. Make my steps 1,000. Let's do a couple of quick plays. This is super exciting now, this new quick play. I don't know if anybody's noticed this change. It's a pretty big change. So what it's doing right now is it's taking our simulation, it's firing it into the AWS Lambda cloud, parallelizing it and running all these 5 simulations to 1,000 steps really quickly, so we can see exactly what's going on. Oh, we didn't quite get to level 20 by the end of 1,000 steps. Let's make it 5,000 steps. There's nothing random in here at the moment. It's all deterministic. We've got one plane coming in. We're not spending any of the coins we're accumulating. And actually, I've just realized I'm looking at the wrong value there because I'm only showing that one. Actually, I'm going to track this one. I'm going to call this coins. Let's make it a coiny type color. Bright yellow. Give it a couple of seconds. Fire this off to AWS. Stand on the text to get some information back. Steps. My computer's doing a huge amount all at the same time today, so we'll see how well it handles all of this. Here we go, here the results come back. All 5 results. So we can see it increasing. Nice. How are you getting on with the formula? Have you done the...
It's done.
It's done. Very nice.
I don't think it was done before you ran the 5 plays, but it's done now.
Okay. Chuck in another 5. So now that we've got this, I'm going to hold the Alt key, add another pool using a state connection. The reason you'll often see Cesar and I doing this is where we're going to make our coin spend. And build some mechanics here to do the spend of the coins to buy more planes. Let's have a look at the play history. Oh, there we go. Nice smooth curve.
A bit more exponential now.
A bit more exponential now, yeah. I haven't actually got a way of tracking which level they've got to at the end of that, though. I have to think about that. So actually, there's a couple of mechanics that we need to think about next. One of them is there is a cap on the number of planes that you can have, but there's also this shopping mechanic. Which one do you want to handle first, Cesar?
The shopping mechanic.
Shopping, perfect.
They're kind of unrelated anyway, so it doesn't really matter in what order we do them. Kind of.
That's true.
So the basic gist of it is you use coins to purchase planes, and the higher level you are, you can buy higher level planes.
Yeah. I'm going to do something up here. Where just to track which level the player's got to. I don't know if this is the easiest way of doing it.
I don't know how the player level is calculated. Is it by the highest plane he ever achieved?
Well, I think one of the key mechanics that they have is once you reach a certain level, and you start. At the moment, we're only receiving level 1 planes, which isn't actually the right way of doing it. So what the game does is you get level 1 planes a certain period of time, and then after a period of time, when your top level plane is a different level, it means that you actually then start to receive higher level planes randomly once every step. So what I was just thinking about is setting up these pools with one resource, and then when they receive when this pool receives a resource, it just pushes the one resource it has into a pool, and then use this to determine which.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Yeah.
What's the highest level?
I'm gonna go from the left to the right.
Okay.
From the right to the left, sorry.
It'll just take us a second to build this up. Someone commented on one of our videos that the music was a little bit too loud last time, so hopefully it's about right this time. It's very hard to tell from this end if the volume's right or not.
And I can't hear the music, so if anyone watching feels that it's too loud, please let us know.
That's very true. I forget everyone gets to hear the music apart from you.
And it's quite the relaxing music.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, if you hold down the Shift key and the Alt key when you're highlighting something, double click one of the resources. By holding down the Alt key, it places it with a state connection rather than a resource connection, just to make it really quick and easy just to add these pools in. Ooh. And then I'm using the Shift key just to scroll wheel around. This is probably one of those things where I should have done this before.
We couldn't predict this.
That's true. The common mistake anybody that watches our streams will see that we make all the time is scaling up too early. I think it's something I used to do it with the same mistake with spreadsheets. Back in the dark ages when I used to.
I'm so zoomed out right now. It's like I'm performing surgery.
Okay, right, I'll let you do those. I'll hit play and see if it's gonna. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to start thinking about this shot mechanic while you finish that off.
That's pretty much done, I hope. This is gonna be level.
I suppose you know what the cost of a level 1 plane was right at the start.
Yeah.
What we're doing today, I don't think it matters too much. Actually.
Not really. I mean, you can make the numbers up.
Yeah.
We will need to be careful about the leveling up part, because I'm pretty sure it's not the highest level plane you have. It's probably every time you upgrade, you get some experience or something.
There are some couple of different metrics in the game. I think for what we're looking to do today, I think that's fine. In terms of what level plane you receive for free, upgrades as you progress through the game.
I can see that you can buy a plane of a level that's below yours, so strictly below yours. I'm level 9 and I can buy level 8 planes. Yeah. And the ones I receive for free are level 4, so they're 5 levels below me.
That's true. Actually, I think we need to register for the cost of planes because we need to enter a formula into it. What formula should we use there, Cesar?
Exponential, light exponential. Let me think. So it's going to be based off the number of planes that we bought.
So the way in which I've set this up, I've got our coins with a state connection of +1 into coin spend. So this is where we're going to draw down our coins from. This goes through a pull-all automatic converter, which drops one resource into the pool. That is doing a +1 into level 1. This way, this pool is going to track level 1 planes purchased. And then Cesar's going to keep track of this in the formula.
I don't know if I should multiply or add there. I think we should run once to see what happens.
Nice. I think it looks like it's going to be a steeper
yeah, no, it's on me. It's on me. I think it's. Can you run again? See what happens now?
Yeah. Just have a look at your formula. So you got floor. Floor's really important whenever you're putting a number in front of a converter. If you end up with a fraction, a converter only deals in integers. So just using that floor just means it's always going to be a whole integer. And then you've got power 1.15 a plus 100. Perfect. So we start off with 101, then 102, 103, 104.
Yeah, it's really slow.
It's really slow. I think we need to make it slightly steeper.
Yep.
I think it's because you've got it starting at such a low level.
Might be. Thinking about it.
So let's see what's happening over here. Oh, I haven't set these to push.
I think it's fine now. I really don't know what the first level plane cost was. I really forgot. Might be 100, might be 10. Oh, they weren't pushing.
So
by the way, you can multiple select and.
Oh, thank you. I was going to sit here and do that all day long. There we are, because they're all the same. I can update all of them in one go. Hey, Chesa. Oh, here we go. So that's rising nicely now. For each one they buy, it's going up much steeper in terms of the cost. But they still have a huge amount, so we're probably not draining that fast enough still.
Yeah, well, at the beginning you kind of tapped planes non-stop, right? And we're giving them minutes.
That's true.
That's at the beginning. As we progress, it's gonna be less and less of a problem. I mean, at some point.
Hang on. Let's set that as -1 so we can keep track of that as a number. How is it starting off so high? Did you do +1s? Oh, I see. You did it with state connections. I was doing that with.
Oh yeah, no, it's my bad. Yeah, because there were 3 guys. Yeah, my bad. But it, I mean, it is my bad, but it doesn't influence the fact that they start so strong. I think. Can you start from the right?
Yep. Perfect. Let's test that out. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 happens quite quickly. Then we get level 5. Then it takes a bit longer. Level 6. And basically, so far, well, we know actually it's going to double the amount of time it takes each level. So let's just have a look at the show that in chart. I'm going to remove the other item from the chart. Clear it down. Do some quick plays. These quick plays will then show which highest level plane that a player's got to after a number of minutes. So I guess obviously because this is an idle game, at some point we're going to have to build a mechanic which shows which level is the player going to like either the player's going to go away and leave it generating coins and then come back and spend them.
I see what you mean.
So how long is 5,000 steps? So 83 hours. So you can see the progression's really fast, and it gets longer to the point where it's then taken them many hours to get past that.
It's gonna be.
Oh, there's not really much point doing. I don't know why I did 5 then. They're all going to be the same, aren't they?
Yeah, well, we'll keep generating one level 1 plane every step. So yeah, there's no diversity.
So level 12 to level 13 starts to get really big. However, what did you say your highest plane is level 9?
No, my highest plane, my account level is 9. My player level is 9. My
What's your
highest
highest?
plane is level 12.
Nice. And what's the level of plane that you get in your random drop now? Is it
4.
2? 4?
I'm getting a level 4 plane, yeah. I'm level 9 and I'm getting a level 4 plane. I'm getting 5 levels below me.
5 levels. Because I've got my highest plane is level 18. And the random plane that I get now is level 8.
Might be an exponential thing, I don't know.
Could be. I think it gradually increases. I think as early on in the game it's quite quick, and the random plane you get is only 5 levels below what you've got. But then as you get later on in the game, I think it expands to about 10 plane levels. So what we've got here.
Since we're doing minutes instead of seconds, I think we can safely go and make it 10 below every time.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to make that. I'll just make it level 6, because this is going to be quite easy for us to control. Because as we ramp this up, actually it's probably even easier just to do that. You're right. So I'm going to do equals 6. Equals 7. Oh, you've added some extras.
I've added some extras, but I'm thinking now, before adding more, that the fact that we have triggers coming from the level 1, 2, 3, and now they have 2 inputs is going to screw the triggers.
Oh, I see. What we could do is make that greater than 1, greater than 0, automatic.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good way to do it.
So just talk us through that a little bit more, Cesar. So why is that really important?
So you see that from each plane level, there's a trigger going into our pools, which we specifically put there in order to track player level. So we want to push one resource forward whenever a resource enters level 3. Now, the way triggers work is that they trigger the respective node when the inputs node, every input connection of the input node has to be satisfied in that step. And we had just the one connection coming from the converter before, so that was satisfied, obviously. Now we have one coming from the converter, and we also have one coming from the gate that's sorting out the planes that we generate. And because we have two inputs, if we don't get them both to send resources at the same time, so during the same step, it's not going to trigger. So we're not going to increase our player level. So the whole mechanic will fall apart. Actually, you can multiple edit.
You can multiple edit. It's because it's been a while since we had that function.
I know. The sad news is that the state connections you're not going to be able to multiple edit.
Oh, that's true.
I'm going to start from the right. So
I made all of them automatic at least.
Yeah.
So you're going from the right?
Yes. By changing it to automatic and greater than 0, as soon as we have a resource in whatever level the plane is, regardless if it came from being passive or the player actually merging one, because it's greater than 0 and the output node is automatic, it's going to push the one resource forward. And because it only has one resource in it, afterwards, even if it's automatic and the condition is true, it won't have any resources to push, so it's not going to do anything. It's going to try to push, but the connection is going to flash yellow because there are no resources to push. By the way, you don't have to make a separate one for each. Like every time you buy a plane, the general cost increases. Like every plane's cost increases.
No, just that one level. Just the cost of that one plane.
Let me check the shop.
Allow me to demonstrate. Wouldn't pull up my phone. So we're going, how much money have I got? Loads of money. So I'm going to buy a level 14 plane. 14 costs increased, but none of the other costs increased. So if I buy this level 9, it goes up. Excuse me. So each plane kind of gradually increases in cost.
Yeah, you're right.
Always.
I was confused by the fact that I didn't use the shop to buy before. I used the offer that I had in the bottom of the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've got 3. I can add some speed. Don't really know what that does. It makes everything go faster. Right. So it does mean we do need to do one of these for each.
Yes, it does.
I'm going to drag a state connection with a +1 into plane 2. How do we set the starting cost on your formula there, Cesar?
It's the 100 is the starting cost.
Okay. I'm going to make that 200. this one 400. So I'm really thinking about it. It probably needs to be more exponential.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't matter. I mean,
for what we're doing today, I think it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're cooking the gas. We're still not draining this down fast enough. I think I'm going to go quite crazy on these. 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. Oh. It's because I didn't hit return. Nice. What does that player got to? Level 6, level 7. Level 4.
I was connecting the connections at the top, the ones that generate planes passively.
Nice. Doing really big numbers. Alright, where have you got to now, Chizza? Oh, you're sliding those.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll do another 4 of these. I'm very pedantic about having my hills lined up. I've requested that at some point we add a new feature, which is align labels.
That would be a nice one. I can't be bothered to align them manually, but if I had a button to do it, I would click on it.
I don't quite know how the user interface would work for it.
Me neither. But we don't have to figure it out. We just go, hey, feature request, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's the easiest thing in the world for us. What
You know what would be cool? You know what would be cool?
You crazy folks coming along here making up these silly ideas. I put another request in, which I thought was genius today. Did you see what
I remember reading it. I don't remember what it was though.
I thought it was genius. I don't think I should say it just in case it never happens.
So we don't give people false hope.
Yeah. It'll be on the roadmap for 2022. Although the rate that our R&D team are going through generating new features is ridiculously fast. They are legends. Being super neat down here, Chezzo. I hope you're being neat where you are.
By my standards, yes, I am being neat.
Oh.
I don't know how I could make it neater than I am. I'm really trying my best here.
It's good of you. Let's go blue. Doing the shopping mechanic in blue. The soft currency shopping mechanic. Look, because I've not been paying attention, I've been left my phone here. I've got loads to merge now. Level 10, level 11. I do like to try and keep nice and organized. Shop for some more planes. I will say this is probably the only time this game's been live streamed, but I don't think it happens often. It's not streamer content, really, is it?
I guess not.
Idle games probably don't make great streaming content.
Maybe if you keep it in the background while you talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
They can be streamed, but they're not going to be the focus of the stream, right? Unless you're doing some weird world record challenge, something, I don't know.
That's true.
Playing only with level 1 planes or something. Something crazy.
Is my little hack. When you're trying to copy a lot, copy the source as well. Then it's really easy just to move these over.
Yeah, that's a good one. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck dragging connections across the model.
So what time are we at? Right. 30 minutes to get to some sweet quick runs. Plenty of time.
Yeah, we're doing pretty fine on time, I think. But we always say that. And
that's true. Up to 11 so far. I need to go through and make the actual costs for them.
I hope you're not going to be making numbers up.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna make loads of numbers up. Right, let's have a look. I was going quite aggressive with it, and kind of doing an order of magnitude increase each time. Like, as in adding an extra digit. So I was kind of going 1 million. If I make that 10 million. I don't know if that's going to be too much. But we'll do some runs and then we can see what that progression's like. If that makes these impossible to build or buy or not. I think they kind of cap out at some point.
Well, I'm done on my side, so whenever you want.
Oh, alright, sure. Have you been playing a lot of Merge Mansion?
I wouldn't say a lot of. I would say that out of all the merge games I've tried and played for the webinar, that one's probably my favorite. Though I don't really like the genre, but Merge Mansion is a bit more interesting, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of uses the space management in a smart way. I kind of like it.
That's true. We haven't actually introduced that limitation mechanic on here. It's one of the key mechanics that you often get. Oh look, my phone stream was going too well. Try and reconnect my phone. You do have to really think about your capacity and how much space you have in that game.
Yeah, in merge planes especially, the space is quite limited, so
it's working again. They used to, I don't know if they still do it, but there used to be the ability to buy more spaces. I don't know if that's still a thing. Because you kind of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 13 spaces, and I think as you level up, they gradually increase. Let's have a look at what's going on with our model. Nice. I think the increase needs to be more than 1.5. I'm thinking like 1.3 in the power formula.
it's not 1.5, it's 1.15.
Well,
you can do it.
Did you?
No, it was that from the beginning. It was 1.15.
Okay. Did you get that from the game, or did you make that up?
Kinda made it up based on other idle games.
Okay. I think it should be slightly increased.
1.2.
2?
You can even go higher if you want.
3? Let's go high.
I mean, with the amount we're generating, yeah, I'm gonna go from the bottom up.
Okay. I think it creates a really nice balance point where actually you then, well, there's no point buying level 1 planes because they cost more than a level 10 plane or something eventually if you just kept buying level 1 planes. Thank you, Chesna. So I'm going to slow it down slightly and do some plays. So we're generating our coins. Reach level 3, reach level 4. That's nice. Seems good. What's level 5? It comes level 6. It's quite a lot. How many objects are we up to now? 326. It's pretty good. That's level 7. So what do we want to track in our chart? We want to track
level for sure.
Yeah.
Coins that we are generating per minute, I think. The A plus B register, right?
Yep.
And not sure if total coins or not.
Coin spend?
Coin spend, yeah, let's see. It might go super high. I'm not sure about it, but only one way to find out.
It's true. But now, actually, so far, I don't think that we've got any kind of randomness in here. I don't know why I've ordered 5 plays again. Pointlessly. There's no randomness in here yet, is there? And actually, I'm trying to think, in the game, I guess there isn't much randomness.
The randomness comes from what the player decides to buy and when the player decides to buy, right?
That's true. So let's see what we've got here.
Because if it were, for instance, if a computer was playing the game and they would make perfect purchases at the perfect time, then yes, there would be no randomness in there. But
that's true. So, oh, here we go. So the player's actually getting up there now, so we've got them going up to level 20 quite easily. We have some really nice stuff going on here. Let's have a look. The spiking, dropping. So they're not quite able to buy something every step, which is every minute, so it's gradually increasing, and these spikes are gradually widening.
Yeah, we've been playing the game. I don't know if so as long as I've played it, so I've got to level 12 plane. I don't think there's been a minute where I couldn't make a purchase, so I think that's quite all right. I was purchasing something every minute. I was generating a lot of coins, and the costs weren't that high.
Nice. I've got a few more of those to wire in, but I think that's pretty good for now. I think one of the things I'm noticing is it gets really quite steep here. So I'm thinking of increasing. This is from level 15 to 16. It starts to get really exponentially growth. So I'm thinking from level 15 onwards, I want to increase the costs of these dramatically. 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, 10 million. So I'm going to add an extra 0 on here, just to really bump that up. And make these costs go up exponentially. Just to make it really hard.
I wouldn't call it hard, I would call it lengthy.
Yeah. Let's just do the one quick play. There we go. That's quite nice.
A bit longer, yeah. It takes a bit more to ramp up.
Yeah. Nice. So the next thing is the player going away. So you'll never guess what I'm going to add, Cesar. Player loot.
You got me there.
And I think we just need
2 options, yeah.
2
I
options,
agree.
yeah.
Play the game, don't play the game.
That's pretty much it, yeah. Like when you're around, you're going to do that. So actually, what this is going to do, I'm going to use this pool up here. And I'm going to call this minutes. And then let's have some hours as well. We want days? Nah, let's just do hours.
Just 2 hours, yeah. Like we're doing 5,000 steps, it's gonna be 5,000 minutes.
Yeah.
Not gonna be a massive amount of hours.
So when the player goes away, I'm just going to do it 8 hours.
Okay.
I think, yeah. So 480 minutes. So I'm gonna trigger a passive source. I'm gonna make this. How long does somebody play for? 20 minutes? 5 minutes. It's the sort of game where you kind of log in, you do some stuff, and then you leave it.
At the beginning, you can play more at a time, but in the latest stages, I think you log in by 2 planes low route.
Yeah. I know that once you get to the much higher levels and there's less to do, it's kind of you kind of come in, and then you get to there is less and less for you to do. So, but I'm going to call it 10 and 1. So 10 chances of that happening. Every time that happens, I'm going to add that on by 8 hours. And then I'm going to take this register as the letter A. Then I'm going to do inside the register A times 480, because it's 8 hours worth of minutes, and then that's how many we're going to send along this user. Equal sign on here to overwrite. Me highlights our planes. So let's see.
Kinda looks like a gun.
It does a bit. So what this is going to do, this is going to fire out one resource. And there's 10 chances of it going into here. It doesn't really need to do anything when it gets there, does it?
It we can make it so that's going to slow the model, but we can make it that the player generates coins only when trigger it, trigger the source to generate coins.
Yeah.
Only when the player is there.
What we could do is we could do that as a trigger. And we could also trigger our time source and our random plane source. Also, rather than having this fire out a plane every time, I'm going to put a 50% on there so that it only takes...
I was afraid you were going to put a 50.
No, that would be a bit much. Make sure that's a trigger. I'm going to make the colour of the player a pretty colour. I like a green player this time. And I'm going to make all this player loop green. There we go. Green player is going to come in, trigger, played a minute. And then this is obviously random, but there's going to be some times. Oh, I didn't set that as a trigger. Matthew makes planes go vroom. But that chart looks amazing. It certainly does.
The chart is a pleasure.
Here we go. You think that's exciting? How about we do? We look at planes and we do some quick runs simultaneously. So now we've got some variation going on here for different types of player frequency. We'll do some quick runs and see how that comes up while I merchant planes. Here we go. Wow, what's happening here? Oh, we've got coins and coin spent. I'm going to make that visible. Common problem. You'll see this all the time. So in order to be able to see this, we're going to put that on the right. So we're going to see the level on the right, and then the coin spend pool on the left, so that we can have 100 million here and 20 on here.
The way we have it at the moment, as you can see, they don't really use coins. They just wait for the passive planes and merge those, and get higher passive planes and merge those, and so on. They don't really need coins.
That's very true. What else do we want to do on this model?
Well, if we didn't have only 10 minutes left, I would suggest implementing the actual space that you have, because that's one problem that we have right now. They're generating a billion planes with no real constraint, right?
That's true.
Whereas you can't really generate as many planes as you want. You are constrained by the spaces that you own in your airport, or that's whatever true. It's called.
And actually, one of those key things is actually there's only a certain number of planes that you can actually have on generating money for you at any one time. So you can only have 10 planes there, and you only have a certain number of parking spaces to be able to fit them in. Oh, this is great matchup.
You're gonna free up all of your space.
Yeah, almost. Right. So do we want to implement that in the last 9 minutes?
It's gonna require some teamwork, I think.
That's
I
gonna
think
be quite a lot. So I think let's not try and attempt to do that today in the last 9 minutes. That's too much. Let's just talk around the mechanics here.
I like that call.
So we've done the first 20 levels of this game. Obviously, we could just carry on expanding this out. There are 60 levels in Merge Planes. We could expand it out this way to add all of those levels in. We could expand the purchase mechanic. There's also a hard currency mechanic, which is made up of the gems. So we could also kind of start factoring in the gem mechanic. Oh, I'm not connected. So we could look at that type of mechanic to see, how does that influence it? If somebody's purchasing gems, how much faster do they progress through the game? And what's the implications of that?
We can do the spin wheel thingy.
Oh yeah, we've got the spin wheel. I don't have any gems, but a nice random gacha.
Yeah, we've got some boosters as well, like double speed, which makes planes generate coins faster. We have time warp, which gives an amount of coins instantly, like the amount you would make in 3 hours on the spot. There's also a bunch of different places where you can watch ads to get bonus. So for instance, when you're AFK and you come back, you can watch an ad to double whatever it is you collected while you were AFK, for instance.
Also, this is a really odd mechanic. Not odd, I mean, it's not, it's just slightly different. So in here, we've got in the shop, as well as being able to buy planes, we have others, and we buy these for, I'm not sure what these are actually called, currency exchange. And you actually use soft currency to purchase this currency. So when you exchange it, you can then use this to purchase other upgrades. So I'm 320,000 short to be able to purchase the next one. But that's really interesting because that just effectively creates another drain for our coin economy, where although it gives us a longer term reward, it's all about kind of creating those drains down in the economy.
It's basically another soft currency.
Yeah. That's very
so
true.
there is, although the game mechanics are pretty simple, there is quite some complexity to it.
Yeah. Okay. Should look when this game actually came out. I think it was probably quite a while ago. It's Sensor Tower saying it came out in 2018, 3 years ago. I thought it came out much earlier than that.
Yeah, 30th of March 2018. That's what.
By Nox Games. And so what else we've got coming up? So we've got our webinar where we're going to be just really diving into all of these different types of game mechanics in a couple of weeks' time. So I think that's a week. Is it next week or is it the week after?
Next week.
Next week. Oh, so we'll get the information sent out for that really soon, and look forward to kind of really digging in deep into merge games. We're going to be looking at merge planes. We're going to be looking at
Machinations, merge, ever merge, merge
dragons.
I played that one as well.
Yeah, that's I mean, they're super popular games. It's a really rapidly growing area, so I think that'll be lots of fun when we go through that. Hopefully we'll spark some nice debate around the best way to kind of implement the merge mechanic into your own games and how you can build these in Machinations. This has been lots of fun today. Looking at how we build this in Machinations. You can see we've done this in an hour and a half, kind of chatting through it. We could probably build out the entirety of that game much faster, and it's quite a simple game, but it's already kind of 400 objects inside Machinations, and there's quite a few other mechanics that we haven't added yet. So it's amazing, even these simple games, how quickly and how complex and how many things you really have to be thinking about in your own game designs, and how you need to start balancing these.
Yeah, the root nodes and the root formulas for this model in particular aren't going to be many, but it's going to be a lot of copy pasting because there's a lot of different levels. Each of the planes have their own individual costs. So even though it might look scary, it's a lot of copy paste, so really not that big of a deal.
Did you see there's a fantastic article in Russian about Machinations? Actually, just looking at I think maybe next week we could just try and simulate a model which is sharpening a sword to level 7.
Yeah, I saw the article. I didn't, unfortunately, I don't speak Russian, and I didn't Google Translate it. I don't know how well Google Translate would return that, but I saw it was an article on Machinations.
Yeah, really interesting model actually, and they're kind enough to have included the link to the model in here somewhere when I translated it. And it's a really nice model, but I thought I'm sure it can be improved as always. So maybe next week we'll have a go at making a even simpler version of this.
I'm sure this could be done better.
Yeah, it's very nice. You see the resource here. Basically, it's got to get to level 7, and if you fail in the sharpening, it goes down a level. So gets to level 5, tries to get to level 6, fails, and goes back to 4.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And there's different odds, and then for each level that you go through, it has a different cost. The whole idea is that eventually it will get there.
Eventually.
This is set for equals 1,000.
So when you make 1,000 weapons,
time. How long does it take to get to 1,000? A lot. Let's see if I set that for 1,000 steps.
It's obviously not going to be 1,000 steps, but I'm curious if you at least get 20 swords. I'm curious.
Yeah.
To level 7.
We've got the red. Needs to put that on the right scale. Yeah, they're getting to about 40 after 1,000 steps. To make 1,000 of them is going to take a while. Let's do that.
They won't be able to do it on the free plan.
That's very true. All right, brilliant. Well, that's time for us. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll look forward to catching up with you next week. And please do look out for our webinars. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks. Bye. By the way, Chizza, nice camera.
Thank you. Courtesy of Machinations, of course. Brings color to my cheeks. This is actually how I look in real life now, so I'm actually a living person. Yeah.
That's good.